This little bleach tower at the Ulster Folk Park was originally built in the 1700s. The purpose of it was for watchmen who were keeping an eye on the linens that were being bleached on the surrounding greens. Linen was worth quite a bit of money, plus you had to protect the fabric from animals. There's Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
So here's the green. So people would have draped the linen on shrubs and just laid out on the grass. But it would have to be guarded very carefully. So they would build these little guarding towers. And the little tower has windows on both sides, or rather openings, windows, not quite windows, just little openings where the guard can peer out and make sure that there's nobody disturbing the linen as it dries and bleaches in the sun. This is the shoemaker's house at the Ulster Folk Park. It would have been made originally in 1870, along with its neighbors. It was moved here brick by brick in 1979 to the Folk Park. And how they do it is when a building is donated to the museum, they go to the location and they dismantle it brick by brick. They number everything, bring it back to the museum, and reassemble. So the front of the house would have been the shop. This is a little kitchen area, and their fire would have been a turf fire, baby cradle, little seat. Upstairs, which isn't accessible in this cottage, would have been your bedroom. We spoke to one of the docents here at the museum, and she was saying that a lot of the families living in these small cottages would have had about 10 children. Some would have gone to school maybe to the age of 14. A lot of them would have gone to school till about the age of between 8 and 10, and then would have had to help on family farms or help at the home while the mother took in work from other people to try and earn additional income for the family. This is the Cosh Kib Hill Farm at the Ulster Folk Museum. It was originally built in 1850 in Cushendall. It was dismantled brick by brick and moved to the Folk Park in 65. It's stone built, 2 stories, and quite roomy inside, more than you would think. The house was heated by an open hearth in the kitchen, and it's a typical example of a Glens of Antrim house. Steeping slopes, a kitchen garden, chickens, barn for your animals, and of course has the thatch. It originally would have been on about 35 acres. They raised cattle and sheep, had a couple of horses. Now they just have the poultry here and some pigs. The last person who lived in the farmhouse lived there until 1953. And his funeral wake was actually held in the farmhouse. I have visited this park and this particular farmhouse since 1971.